What up, people? So it is Tuesday. It's around 8:49 and we have yet to do anything this week for this vlog channel. So this is what you all get tonight. Alright, y'all. So the other day we were watching
Married to Medicine.
Married to Medicine. Oh yeah, so we were watching Married to Medicine. We were watching their
reunion,
the third something, right? The third,
yeah, part 3 of the reunion.
Part 3 of the reunion. So we was watching that reunion, and that reunion was it was informative on the fact as what you shouldn't do in a marriage. I would say that. So I came up with this idea last night while I was reading. I was like, man, babe, we should do a little like 5 to 10 minute convo just about communication in marriage, because basically that's all that they were saying.
Yeah.
Is how they lack communication. One wasn't hearing the other, so now they want to get a divorce, and one wasn't willing to make sacrifices to please the other. And we all know, even in a day-to-day relationship, that just won't even work. First thing I would say about communication in marriage is, first things first is, I feel like you have to know the person. I say you have to know the person because when going into a conversation with the person over something that may become hostile, you have to know how the person is going to respond to the statement you just made. Knowing that person should help you choose the right words to use, how you feel about whatever that subject is.
Yeah. So basically, like, applying what Deon's saying to like our marriage and just like marriage in general. Okay, so I think that whenever people get married, they forget that even though you're married, you're still two individual people. Now, granted, you know, you're married, you know, you're one, it's a union, but so you have two people that have different backgrounds, that are raised completely different, that, you know, may not think the same way on everything. And that, I mean, it's just, you're your own person. The woman is her own person and the guy's her own person, and that's normal. And so me and Deon, I'm not gonna lie, every now and then we butt heads on whatever it is. Now, for the most part, I'd say, babe, like, morally, we're in sync. You know, the way sometimes the way we view things is different. Who do you think is moody out of both of us?
You.
I don't know.
Moody, you. If I don't want to deal with you, I'm just gonna say it.
So I think that I'm moody. I think it happens more often. However, I can play it off. Like, I can be like in a bad mood and go out in public or go around people and fake it's how I make it. Deon,
I can't.
Cannot. At all. Specifically, whenever Deon gets in his moods.
Oh, everybody knows it.
Everybody knows.
It's
Deon has
face,
no poker face.
None.
It is literally.
It's evident, and I don't want to talk to you.
You will know. So anyways, I was saying all that to say, because I know how he is and he knows me, whenever like there's like a situation, he knows me so well now that like he knows how to handle it. Okay, so like, let's just say I'm in the mood. What would you just do?
If you're in the mood?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave
in a situation, he'll leave me alone and I'll just come out of myself. If he's in the mood, I'll try to get him out the mood, but it usually don't work. I just leave him alone.
She doesn't, if I'm in the mood, she doesn't get it. She's just like, she keeps picking.
I'll try to like, to break him down, but if it doesn't work, I'll just leave him alone. And like I know to just let him like cool down. He'll go work out. He'll go study at the school or whatever. And then I'll just let him, you know, break his funk, yeah. And then he'll be, you know.
The second point is active listening. Like, a lot of times we as individuals in a marriage, we don't listen. We listen to respond rather than listen to comprehend.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I know exactly why we do it, and it's basically because we're so defensive. We're always on the defend. Mm-hmm. But instead of just like using your active listening skills to hear and comprehend exactly and understand exactly what the other person is saying and then respond. So just some tips that I use. First thing is that I always try to repeat what she said to me back, and then I go forward.
Y'all,
this is what she do.
No, let me tell y'all.
She tries
she
tries to convince me that she didn't say that after like I'm a direct shooter. Kyra likes to go around the bush.
No, babe, no. Sometimes, okay, for example.
Anyways, we getting off topic.
No. Sometimes, like, I'll tell Deon, like, exactly, okay, like, I'll tell him one thing. And I could be a little long-winded, but I'll still tell him. Okay, so after a while, like, he stopped listening or whatever. And then, like, he'll try to inference, try to, like, summarize what I said, and a lot of times it is not what I actually said. And I'll be like, babe, like I just said that. He's like, well, I missed that part, blah, 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 because he be zoning out sometimes.
I do, because she talks too much. Attention span is like this. It doesn't work for me. I need you to, like, sum it up in, like, 5 to 7 words. 5 to 10 words. 10 words.
And that is a prime example of another way that we differ in communication.
A communication
Because Deon likes it, like,
straight to the point.
Like, straight to the point. Like, I provide details. I tell you everything.
That would be my third point, is that direct communication is the best communication. Why? Because I think that you should be able to say, this is the situation, this is how I feel about the situation, and this is what I think should change. Are you willing to jump on board? Yeah.
So now I will say that, to the point, I could definitely agree with Deon's point, but it took us a long time to get here. I'm gonna explain why. He's always been the one who's, like, pretty good at expressing himself for the most part. On the other hand, it took me a while to get to a point to where I was comfortable being vulnerable and expressing myself. Because a lot of times what would happen is, like, if I got upset, or, like, if I got sad, or, like, if I just got frustrated, I would just shut down. I couldn't figure out how to verbalize exactly, like, how I was feeling. You know, like, okay, you know, like, babe, this made me feel this way, or, like, I don't like when you do this. I really appreciate when you do, you know, like, it was, you know, like, it took me a while to get to that point.
I don't think it was necessarily like you shut down. I don't think you knew how to use your words to describe to me what you were feeling or how you felt about things, necessarily to a point where you thought it was going to, like, impact me, or I wouldn't understand. You would always say, like, I don't say nothing because you're not going to understand anyway.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't, like, for a while, I didn't think that he would get it. I don't know why. I'm not there anymore. But that's how I used to be. So that's why I agree with him saying, like, direct communication is the best communication. In terms of conflict, because, I mean, it happens. Let's just be real. If you're with somebody for a long period of time, if you're around somebody for a long period of time, you're gonna have disagreements, you're gonna have arguments. That's just what it is. I mean, think about it, like, whenever you know, with your parents, you know, you may have disagreements, with your sisters you may have disagreements, you know, like, that's just a natural part of a relationship, and it can be a healthy relationship, you know. But in terms of conflict, I mean, I think that those points that Deon made is very, very important. I mean, you know, just be very direct. Again, in terms of, like, expressing yourself, I feel like we've learned to be, like, really straightforward, kind of going back to that, because it's like, it makes me feel better whenever I tell him, like, babe, like, that really bothered me. And he'll hear me, he'll be like, okay, like, I won't do, you know, like, I try not to do it again, blah, blah, blah. You know, because it's like, you don't want to harbor on something that could easily be fixed, you know. And also, sometimes, like, whenever it comes to conflict, don't be afraid to just, like, go to your own separate spaces and, like, have your time to yourself. Like, whenever, like, we may get into whatever, like, I'll go into the room, have my time to myself in the room, kind of calm down. He'll be out here, you know, or, like, we're, you know, or swapped around or whatever. And, you know, that's just what it is. We may even go to bed sometimes mad.
That's few.
It doesn't happen very often. Actually, it almost never happens. But there's certain times whenever you might get in this disagreement that, honestly, like, if it's like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, it just ain't worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
It's not worth the talk.
It's not worth the talk.
I got a long day tomorrow.
Exactly. It's just like, sometimes it's just not worth the talk. You may try to resolve it, and then, like, if you find yourself, because, like, what'll happen with us is, like, we'll try to resolve it, and we'll find ourselves literally going in circles, right? We will find ourselves literally going in circles. And, like, do y'all know, one of my biggest pet peeves, y'all, is repeating myself. Like, literally, that's like one of the biggest things that I cannot say the most, is, like, repeating myself. Especially if I just told you the answer, and then you literally asked me a question with the same answer that I just gave you. So like sometimes like we'll find ourselves literally keep going in circles, and at that point we're just like, let's just go to bed, let's just go to sleep, wake up in the morning, have it be a fresh day, because there's honestly no point in trying to resolve something that at that point in time it's not going to get resolved, and that's okay. It happens far and few between, so it shouldn't be happening very often. I don't think that's very healthy, but if it happens, it happens. Don't be alarmed. It ain't nothing no one else does.
You know, honestly, I'm not good with conflict because I don't like raising my voice. I don't like I'm really not a good like arguer. So with how to solve conflict, to me, it's the only thing I can think about is that if something comes up, to address it right then and there, accept it for what it is, and let it go. So what I've realized in these going on 9 years is that with the same person, is that like, dog, you win some, you lose some, and it's never about winning.
Yes, yes.
It's
no, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Calm down.
I'm trying to hype you up because that was a good point. Okay, and it was a bad point. I'm taking it back.
Okay.
Boo. Well, no, don't listen to him.
So we get so caught up in like who's right, who's wrong,
yeah,
whatever. But it's never about winning. It's basically, to me, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
So if I'm not doing something right and she's upset, okay, let me correct this. Let me see how I'm going to work on it to make it better.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of goes vice versa. I also think that you have to know the person. It goes back to the point of you have to know the person who you're talking to, who you're conversing with. Because if you know how that person is, you should know exactly how to respond to that person. Sometimes I know a lot of people, once they're mad, they say any and everything. And usually it's stuff that you mean. But my thing is that you should never say those things if you can't say them when you're happy. One thing that I do, like, I say the same thing if I'm happy and I'm mad. And I don't apologize for it because I meant it if I said it the first time. And I use that as an example to just say that you should never you should never go below the belt, basically.
You should never step out of your character just because you're upset. I would say that's one thing that we don't do, is we never like hit below the belt. I never try to make him feel less than. Same thing with me, like he never says anything to like really like hurt me, you know, like demean me. Like that's one thing that we never do. Thank God.
And I'm not about to raise my voice and curse and call you out your name. I'm just not about to do all that.
Yeah, that's something that's we don't do that right here.
To me, that's a reflection of yourself. If you can call him or her all those names when you all get mad and then you can make up, that basically tells me that you fell in love with this B word or this dumb A or this stupid A or whatever you refer to him as or her when you get mad. That's a reflection of you. You have some of those same characteristics, because honestly, I do believe that it takes stupidity to acknowledge stupidity.
But you know, it's all about cooperation. It's all about working together. And again, like I think the most important part is figuring out who the person is and communicating on like you know, like catered towards their style without altering who you are too much. Because like I said, I'm a very like detailed person. Deon's a very straight shooter. So when I talk to him, I try to condense it, but I still want him to know the magnitude of like what I'm saying, or like I want him to feel what I'm feeling. So like I'll say it in a way that's reflective of like how I'm feeling, but to where why are you rubbing your toes on my foot?
Oh, I didn't mean to rub my toes.
That's like reflective of how I'm feeling, but you know, to where he'll still get it.
In order to get through whatever it is in your relationship, you're gonna have to communicate about it, even if it hurts. Like you're gonna have to bring it up. Like it doesn't matter.
Right, because at the end of the day, like let's be real, no one wants to be miserable. No. Okay, no one wants to be miserable. Now, granted, you gotta choose your battles wisely.
Oh, that's
you gotta choose your battles wisely.
And I don't choose.
Not everything is worth.
I fight them all.
Not everything is worth the discussion. Not everything is worth the argument. If it's something that honestly it annoys you, but it didn't really bother you that much, it didn't really affect you, it's just something petty, move on. Don't, just let it go.
I'm king of that.
But if it's something that literally like made me upset or made me frustrated or like hurt my feelings, even if it's something negative, I will tell him, because I feel like A, he should know, to prevent it happening again. So if you don't vocalize your feelings, then you know, you're just setting yourself up for it to spill away again. And most of the time it's unintentional. Like, he won't even know that he did it, or like he did it on purpose. And I feel like that's so important because, like I said, no one wants to be miserable. And if you want if you want them to know, just tell them.
That goes for any and every situation in your relationship or marriage. Like, if it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Like, do not hold back.
Yeah.
Because I'll be dang if I have to stay with you for eternity and it's not gonna work out to the way I want it.
Yeah.
Like, I love you, but I don't love you as much as I love myself.
Yeah. And tell them the good too. That's the important part too. If it's bad, it's bad. But if it's good, if it's something good, like whenever he does something to like really make me feel like loved, or like make me really feel happy, like I tell him that also, because I want him to know that and I want him to keep doing it, to do it again. Right?
All right, last and closing point would be that change should be expected within a relationship or marriage. The dog, you have to put self aside. You have to put self aside and put the other one first. Like, you just have to. Support is everything. When you don't see it, that person on the side of you should see it. Like, when you're down, that person on the side of you should lift you up. When you can't hold it, that person on the side of you should be able to hold it.
Preach.
Like, so that's just truly what I think. Whatever you do, however you decide to go about your life with whomever it is that you love and want to spend the rest of your life, do it with 200%. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for chilling with us tonight on our quick night vlog. Our quick night chats. Quick night chat. Thank y'all for chilling with us with this quick night couch talk.
Yeah. We'll see y'all on the next vlog.
All right, y'all.
Bye, guys.